What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ty Talk Sports, back at it with another video. Now today, I want to talk about the man, the Norwegian sensation, the guy whose father single-handedly got his career ended by the Irish menace, Roy Keane. I want to talk about Erling Haaland, the 20-year-old striker from Borussia Dortmund, who everyone and their mother has been talking about all around the world, as he seems to be the next bright thing in world football. Ever since he broke out RB Red Bull Salzburg a few years ago, last year actually, and scored a bunch of Champions League goals. Then he got his move to Borussia Dortmund, and now it looks like he could be potentially on the move again, as Borussia Dortmund are struggling. I'm recording this right after they lost the first leg of the quarterfinals of the 2020-2021 Champions League to Man City, 2-1, but they're struggling in the league. They're 7 points behind Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga for fourth place, so that looks like they're going to miss out on the Champions League next year. And obviously, a guy with that talent, that young, he's obviously not going to want to miss the Champions League. Now, he's valued at 180 million by Borussia Dortmund, who are obviously known for training their youngsters and getting rid of them as soon as they possibly can. As soon as they mature, they'll be like, bye-bye, you go now, you leave. And yeah, he's valued at 180 million, which would be euros, which would be the second biggest transfer fee of all time. No, third, behind Mbappe and Neymar. However, he does have a clause in his contract that would allow him to leave only for 75 million euros at the end of the 2021-2022 season. Sorry about that. But, and it looks like he's not even going to be able to leave till next summer, because not many clubs, especially with everything going on, are going to be able to afford that contract. Now, with all this preface out of the way, there are 6 teams that have a chance at Erling Haaland, and I'm just going to rank them, not how likely it is, but I'm going to rank the fit and the possibility for him. I'm going to rank which move would be the best for him, which one would be the worst for him. So let's get right into it with number 6. Now, obviously, only 6 teams have been included, and I will tell you them all now. You got both clubs from Spain, both big clubs, Barcelona and Real Madrid. You got the 2 Manchester clubs from England. You got Chelsea, and you got Liverpool. But unfortunately for the Scousers, the number 6 spot is going to go to Liverpool. Now, I don't think at any of these clubs he'd really struggle, but Liverpool specifically, he just doesn't really fit their play style. Yes, he's a pressing forward. That's what Klopp would like, but they already have Diogo Jota, who they just spent 40 million on last summer, and he's been unreal. He's been more than any Liverpool fan could have dreamed of. He's been great. Firmino obviously has had a rough season. I mean, all of Liverpool have had a rough season. They've gone down like flies, but yeah, he's had a rough go at it. They've all had a rough go at it, but they have 2 out-and-out strikers that are already competing for a spot. Add Erling Haaland into the mix. That's not what they need right now. Of course, he makes that team better. Who does? He makes any team better in the world. Honestly, I think he does. But there's already 2 strikers there. The way they play just doesn't really suit him. They're a gegenpress. They go at it. False nines are usually their type of strikers. Erling Haaland is not a false 9, which is ironic considering what I'm going to talk about later. But Liverpool just doesn't seem like the fit to me. I mean, he'd do well there, but he has no links to the club. The club are not really big spenders when they're not selling anything. I don't see them selling anybody. Even if they sold like a Mane or a Salah, then they would just buy another winger, because that's what they need. They wouldn't need another forward. So yeah, Liverpool are on the bottom of my totem pole for him. Now, at number 5 is actually a surprising one. That's Real Madrid. This is a move that he's been linked with a lot, but honestly, for Real Madrid, I think they're going to get Kylian Mbappe eventually over Haaland. Would he be a Galactico signing? I mean, yeah, but it doesn't seem like a Real Madrid signing to me. I mean, Karim Benzema is older. I think he's almost like 33 at this point. He's in his 30s for sure. And he's not playing national team football, which means he's going to have all the energy to play for Real Madrid, which is obviously what Real Madrid would want, and he's still banging in the goals. He's actually gotten better since Ronaldo's left, so I find it hard to see Haaland coming in and taking his spot right now. Obviously, they have a lot of young attackers up front with Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Rainier, who's at Borussia Dortmund on loan right now, but they have a lot of young wing players that can also come in the middle, and spending that much money on Erling Haaland does not make sense for me, especially because Real Madrid are in a financial crisis, and I don't know, I feel like they just need to work on either keeping Ramos or finding a replacement for Ramos. I think there's other issues everywhere on the pitch before there's an issue at striker for Real Madrid. Yes, they need a Galactico, but I think Kylian Mbappe is going to be their man, not Erling Haaland. So I don't see him moving to Real Madrid. Now, number 4, and this one is going to piss a lot of people off. I believe it is going to be Chelsea. Now, obviously, Chelsea are obviously interested in him based off how shit Timo Werner has been this season. He's been horrible. He's been a better defensive player than offensive player because he's been keeping goals out of the net. Unfortunately, he's paid to put balls in the net, not away from the net, but he's had a struggle of a season. I don't think he's been as bad as people have made him look out to be. I kind of feel sorry for the guy, to be honest. But with Haaland, again, Chelsea's another team that I feel like they could use some improvement in their middle of the pitch and their center back positions. Thiago Silva's 36. Haaland, if he goes to Chelsea, I mean, he has no really ties to the team of Chelsea. And the thing with Chelsea is, if you don't perform well, you're gone within a year. Just look at Timo Werner. They were all so excited to get him last year. And honestly, I thought he would light up, and he hasn't been lighting it up. But he has another year. They should give him another year. If they try to get rid of Werner, they'd be stupid because he's going to go for half what they paid for him. So I think instead of trying to make Haaland to give him more competition or force him out the door, just stick with the guy you have. And for Haaland, I mean, Chelsea might miss out on the Champions League this year. So they might not even be any step up from Dortmund at the moment. Number 3 on my list, and these are the 3. If he went to any of these 3, I'd be happy for him. Number 3 is Manchester United. Yeah, it's the club where his dad's career got ended by Roy Keane. I know he was a boyhood Man City fan, but this just makes sense. United need a striker. Martial is shit. Cavani's old and he's leaving. United have a solid team. They just need that one superstar piece. Imagine Bruno Fernandes feeding you balls from an attacking midfielder. Haaland would have a freaking field day on this team. I mean, with Haaland, this team might win the league. I mean, I don't think United is that great, but Haaland's a great player, and he would make this team a lot better. And right now, they're in second. They're only 11 points behind City. They're not going to win the league this year, but if they added Haaland, who would, I think, the only issue, he has played under Solskjaer before, but the only issue for me is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not enough attacking tactics for him. I think he's too conservative a manager, and I don't think that suits Haaland. Other than that, this just seems like a perfect fit. I mean, Haaland looks made for the Premier League. Just look at his body. He's a huge guy. And him linking up with Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, speedy Daniel James, I think he would score 30 goals a season in the Premier if he joined Man United. So obviously my top 2 are Barca and Man City. And honestly, my notes over here had Man City at 1, but I think after looking at it, I have Man City at number 2. Now, the main caveat is the fact that they play with a false 9 most of the time. Like, this whole season, they've played without a striker. They've moved Jesus to the left wing, or he's played as a false 9. Aguero's been either hurt or not performing well. So they've thrown guys like Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden up there. And honestly, if Haaland came in, he would not be playing a false 9. They'd have to kind of change their system to suit an out-and-out striker again, which, honestly, I think they could benefit from. The reason I don't see this for Haaland is they've already won everywhere. They've already won everything they can. I mean, they haven't won the Champions League yet, but you can't really leave that much of a legacy at a club that's already perfect without you. So, I don't know. I just don't know how much there is glory-wise. Individual. If he's trying to win a Ballon d'Or, that is not where you go. You don't go to Man City to win a Ballon d'Or because you're not going to shine. And if he seems like the player that wants to shine, and Man City would be a good spot for him to develop for sure, but this is not going to be his final club. It's not going to be, and I would have it as his number 2 potential destination. That and Man United are actually, both of those are really close. I think if he went to either Manchester club, he'd be doing himself well. But numero uno on the list is Barcelona. Honestly, when I first came up with this video idea, I didn't think Barcelona would be anywhere near the top. But imagine the youth revolution at Barcelona being led by the most famous youth player in the world at the moment, the young player, Haaland. Imagine him leading a front line with people like Pedri, Francisco Trincao, Ansu Fati, Riqui Puig, all their guys in the back, Serginho Dest, Arujo, whatever his name is, the center back. And you still get to play with the best player of all time, Messi. I mean, this looks like, if Barcelona can afford this, this would be a perfect move. I mean, he's a perfect replacement for Suarez, and they still don't have that. I know Antoine Griezmann's been playing well recently, but I think Haaland would become a top player at Barcelona. I know they're financially struggling, but if they can find some way, somehow to get this done, and Erling Haaland could be the face of their youth revolution, Barcelona will be the best club in the world again. I think this is all they need. They just need Haaland. I mean, La Masia has been actually doing really well producing talent recently, and I think this is the next step for Haaland. I think if he's going to go anywhere, he should go to Barcelona. I know that Dortmund to Barcelona connection is good as well, with the Dembele signing. So, familiarity, they play the style he would like to play. He lead the youth revolution. I mean, this just makes sense to me. The only issue is if they can afford him. And honestly, if you have to bid off Messi's wages to get a guy like Haaland in, and you help these guys develop, I think right now you trade Messi for Haaland. I don't think Messi would go to Dortmund, but I'm saying you reduce the wages. That's $50 million off the books. You can sign Haaland. So that's why Barcelona is my ideal destination for him. Honestly, I can see him going to any of these destinations. I think they would all work out for him. But I could also see him staying at Dortmund for another year. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out for sure. Stay tuned. I'll be staying tuned. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Let me know any suggestions you have for topics for me to talk about. But until the next one, thanks for watching Ty Talk Sports.